Hello, everyone, and welcome to Footy Judge Mode. This is your panel debate, your evening debate, wherever you are in the world. Some people it's morning, afternoon for the people in America, of course. But we're here to talk about not only Liverpool, Man City, Newcastle face Chelsea, and is this the time where Chelsea actually put in a statement out there that we're there for the top four? And Kunku is going to be on the bench. I'm here with a fantastic panel, and we're going to talk about the wingers in the Premier League, of course. Foden, Doku, Saka, Anthony Gordon, and the rest of them. And Luis Diaz, of course, is part of them. I'm here with a fantastic panel, of course. We'll start with Mulv here from the Noisy Pod, debutant on that channel. Welcome. Thank you so much for blessing us with your appearance. Appreciate you being here, my man.
Oh, you're muted.
Yep, clearly a first timer. Already muted myself. Thanks for having me, Mo. It is my first time being on with like a panel of like opposition fans, which is going to be cool. So appreciate you and looking forward to it.
And also Jaimie Phillips from Jaimie Phillips Talks Football. His debut, of course, on that channel. Big up, Jaimie. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate it, mate. Thanks for the invite. I look forward to this sensible adult debate, yeah?
Well, is it gonna be? Is it? That's what is it? And the rest are okay. Everybody here has been here before. Kunle, welcome. I was just doing a stream with him. Brilliant laughs, of course. Check Tunnel TV. It was brilliant. Kunle, welcome.
Oh yeah, now my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. Smash the like button, my people. Big up Mo, big up the panel. Let's talk football, man. I'm here for it.
Alex, the voice of reason for the Chelsea people, is here with us, of course. Tell us all about it, Alex. Welcome. Thank you for joining, my man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here with us. Welcome.
Thank you for the invite. Yeah, ready to talk, ready to see what other people think.
Yeah, the mic needs to go a little bit down. And Chris, of course, is here. Top FC TV, representing Newcastle and the rest. Chris, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here with us. Appreciate you, buddy.
Happy to be here. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans, out there. So yeah, happy to be here with this panel. Nice to meet everybody out here. So
there's only one place to start, of course. Everybody hit that like button for us. If you're just joining us, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure to like the video before we even go further in the discussion, before you forget and start with the deluded takes from everybody else, including myself. But I'm going to start with Mulv here from the Noisy Pod. I've been hearing confident from Manchester City fans, but also every time they keep talking, I'm hearing the worrying signs. Oh, we're worried about Salah. We're worried about Nunes. We're worried about this. They start with no, we're confident. We're the Etihad. But then they keep talking and they're I think they're putting the worry in themselves the more they talk.
Well, we like to talk out both sides of our mouth. We are quite confident about playing at the Etihad. I think we've got a brilliant, almost record-breaking run. I think if we win tomorrow, we set the record. We'll beat Sunderland's all-time record for consecutive home wins, which would be massive. But it's Liverpool, and big respect to that team. That rivalry between the two, and it's a sporting rivalry more than anything. We're not historic rivals, are we? But it's been, I think, the premier rivalry in the Premier League for a few seasons now. Two top managers, two brilliant teams, who I think everybody sort of looks at this match as one of the biggest of the season, if not the biggest. Just because of the way the two teams match up with each other. City and Pep Guardiola, their major weakness is defending transitions, and Liverpool are probably the top transition team in Europe, perhaps. I like your thoughts on that. So it's always worrying for City fans because of who we're playing. But also, we are probably the best team in Europe at the moment.
Are you, though?
Yeah, I think so. Right. So yeah, it's a bit of both worlds, Mo. So on one side we're confident, the other side it's Liverpool, and you never go into playing that team with that manager with 100%
Jurgen Klopp has
confidence.
never beaten Pep Guardiola at home in the Premier League ever.
I know, but these matches are, it's hard to predict them. It really is. You also have to consider where, like, City's last match against Chelsea, which was probably one of the most un-Pep Guardiola-like performances I've seen in ages, in that he really conceded control to Chelsea, particularly in the midfield, and Rodri got run ragged, made Ruben Diaz look a mug for most of that game, and I'm afraid that his reaction to that is to want complete control. So I think you're going to see Grealish, Bernardo clogging up the midfield, and it's going to be less progressive than maybe they were against Chelsea. So I'm undecided on, like, part of me says this could be a high-scoring game. The other part of me says, coming off the Chelsea performance, I feel like that's going to really try to lock it down, limit transitions, and keep it tight. But interested to see what Jaimie thinks.
Look, I think City should be favourites. There's no doubt about that. Is it 24 wins in a row you've had? Something like that at home?
At home, yeah.
Yeah, I think you beat Sunderland's record, ain't it? Of like 1940 or whatever, 1930 something, or whatever it is. If you do win, it's going to be. It's an interesting game from a Liverpool point of view, because I think, you know, as a Liverpool fan, just me speaking, I don't know about the rest of the fan base, but Liverpool are doing better than expected right now, in my opinion. You know, after last season, I mean, to be fair, we sold a whole midfield and bought a whole midfield in one summer. It's pretty unheard of. And then to be where we are in the table right now with that one defeat, that one dodgy, very dodgy defeat we won't talk about. And, you know, I'm happy where we are in the start of our season. See, my expectations coming into this season was Liverpool to get back into the Champions League. My expectations have changed now. You know, my expectations have changed now. It should be title challenge for me, because the way the league is laid out. And City, for me, are not...
Talk your shit, Jaimie. Talk your shit.
Yeah, City are not the team they were for me last season. I think they're not... They don't scare me as much as they used to. You know, City don't scare me as much as they used to, because they've changed the way they play a little bit. And everything does go through Haaland, who's an absolute animal. But this Liverpool team, I think it's weird. We've had better front threes with Salah, Mane and Bobby. But there's something about this Salah, Diaz, Darwin Núñez front three that I think is a much more scary option right now for Manchester City to go against, because of the transition, the pace of all three of them. You know, the way, you know, Darwin, look, people take the mick out of Darwin, obviously, because he just misses easy chances. One thing I will say about Darwin, he never stops to 90 minutes. He's always trying to run in behind. He causes havoc. He is that.
Well, if I play for Liverpool, I promise you, if I get paid that much, I wouldn't stop. I promise you this.
Well, you'd be surprised.
I promise you, I wouldn't stop. If I play for Liverpool Football Club, I wouldn't stop as well. If that's what you're praising Darwin for, you can have me and Liverpool play.
What's your beef with Darwin? What's your beef?
I compare him to other, like, it's his pacing behind that's frightening. You know, his pacing behind is scary. He's probably the quickest striker in the league, I would say. You know, number 9.
But he will miss some.
But he misses chances, but so do a lot of strikers.
Well, it's not just about missing shots. It's about missing shots.
I think he's one.
Nah, but what he'll make up with that, he'll score you a screamer. He's not going to be a guy that scores many goals. He's going to be a guy that scores many great goals, though.
He's one in 2.
He's like a Diego Forlan. I keep telling him.
Oh, no. Kunle.
I actually, if I'll put my 5 cents, I actually really, really rate Núñez, and I think people misunderstand the transition in the Premier League.
100%.
The reason why I like him is because those kind of guys, that young guys that have hard time to find the net, it's kind of like the reason why they miss it is because they know that the game is faster than where we used to play, so they try to get rid of the ball as quick. Yeah. So I think it's up to mentality. I don't know the future. If I knew it, I would be living in Vegas. But I don't know the future. But I think if he will understand that situation, the quicker he gets it, the quicker he will overcome and he will become deadly striker. But those misses is not because he's not a professional footballer. You can see those misses is not because he doesn't know how to hit the ball. Those misses not because he doesn't know where to be, because he knows where to be. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in that position.
Yeah, but until then,
too much time to think about.
You would say when he becomes that lethal striker that misses little or less than what he's doing now, then you can say he's a top striker. But right now, you say
Yeah,
we can't,
of course,
we can't
right
look
now-
at, can't look at the future.
Can I say my opinion about Darwin
He's a
Nunes?
top
It's as
talent, I
simple
think.
as
He's a
that.
top
Okay,
talent,
it's
not a top
simple as
striker.
that. Darwin Nunes is quick. Darwin Nunes is a professional footballer, so he's good, right?
Yeah.
He's a football player. He's been playing for Uruguay under Bielsa. He's developing, right? The difference between me and other fans, because I'm a neutral, I look at the players that played for Liverpool Football Club in that position, from the Fernando Torres,
That's it.
from the Luis Suarez, from Roberto Firmino. I'm holding Liverpool Football Club in the striker position to a higher level. You are
Yep.
accepting mediocrity. You're saying
Yep.
he's good, he runs a lot, he's okay. But in my opinion, if you want to win the title, you need to compensate for his deficiencies. That's my point. I'm like Alex. I don't see the future. I think he might come good with Jurgen Klopp, with Bielsa. He might come good. But for Liverpool fans to sit here today and try to defend everything that he does, his first touch is atrocious. His passing rate is absolutely terrible, and he's not the greatest finisher in the world. Numbers say that. The amount of chances he missed and compared to the amount of chances he puts in the back of the net speaks about itself.
But
are
he's
accepting
chaos,
what he
Mo.
is.
He's fast and he's chaos,
See
man.
that what you're
And chaos
saying?
creates
There's a lot of
it
players
creates
in-
madness, and goals get scored in those
See,
sequences.
there is a
bro.
lot of players in the world that will create chaos. My problem is I hold Liverpool to this level. You can say a lot about other players, right? But if you want to win the title against this mighty Pep Guardiola team, you have to
Yep.
be perfect. You have to have the Firminos, you have to have the Suarez, you have to have the Torreses. He isn't that guy. Mo Salah compensates. Mo Salah could have had 10 assists or 15 assists this season if
Yeah,
it
man.
wasn't for
Yeah,
Darwin
yeah,
Núñez.
yeah, but Mo. I think the question you're going on is if you need a guy to win you the league.
Yes.
What we're trying to figure out on this stream is, can Darwin Núñez win you a game? And that's the most important
That's
thing this
exactly
weekend.
the difference.
That's not more.
And he has the ability to win
no
you a
way.
game.
That's Liverpool.
That's important to
But-
this weekend, though.
but
No,
for Liverpool, that's important. Winning one game, that's not important. It's winning titles.
so
man.
this
That's what
weekend it
Liverpool
is.
wants.
This
guys,
weekend it
guys,
is, though.
Can I just
But
say,
then-
Starts
Bobby
with
Firmino
a win at
was
City, bro.
Liverpool's Bobby Firmino was Liverpool's number 9 for most of the time under Jurgen Klopp. The year we won the Premier League, he scored 9 Premier League goals. It's not. It's what everyone does in that front three. We didn't buy Darwin Núñez to be the main goal scorer at Liverpool Football Club. This is the difference.
So what?
They share the goals in that front three. They always have done. They always will do. Salah is our version of Haaland. And then you've got, Darwin Núñez who will get goals. You've got Diaz who will get goals. You've got Jota, who's arguably our most clinical striker, will get goals.
So-
It's not about, we don't play in a way that everything's just fed to Darwin Núñez to win us games of football. So that's why, as a Liverpool fan, I'm not.
But
I ain't got these worries that a lot of other clubs
don't
do.
you
And
think
also, I look at strikers around the world right now. There ain't many good ones. There's a couple of world-class strikers.
Yeah, that's what Liverpool should have.
I mean, the only 2 world-class strikers at the moment are Harry
Based
Kane and
on what?
That's it.
I'm sorry, I gotta ask you. Based on what? This is what Liverpool should have.
Because it's Liverpool Football Club. They need to have
Okay,
the best
Liverpool
strikers in it. What are
Football
you talking
Club.
about?
Which one? The one in 70s, the one in late 90s,
The one now,
which
the one now,
Liverpool?
the one that has 6 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, but this is not. This is like the name becomes like, you gotta understand that there's actually team in front of you right now.
Yeah,
Are you saying that Liverpool deserve better striker? Fair enough.
yeah, they
Liverpool
need to give.
deserve better midfield. Liverpool deserve better
They need a midfielder,
left
yeah.
back.
They need a center
Liverpool
back,
just-
a
like,
center
you see what I'm saying?
midfielder. Yeah.
But at the scenario we're talking right now, we can talk about the future of Liverpool in the future. By the way, Liverpool is one of I hate Liverpool more than any other club. So nobody thinks that I actually
Right.
Love you too, Alex.
That's good.
there is like, I seriously cannot stand it. But this is what the people saying about
Hold
like,
on.
Chelsea
Why?
team.
What do you have to do with Liverpool?
We had a big of a rivalry. back
Come
then.
on. They had that.
Yeah,
was a big
before
rivalry.
everybody knew it
the
used to
Roman
be a big
years
rivalry.
was dominated by that.
It's the
rivalry.
simple, the colors itself, man. Red versus
No,
blue. That's
it's no.
And goal
It
that
depends
wasn't.
where you used to grow up and who's your people that you're around. For me, anyway, it's a long story more. But what I'm trying to say is, the conversation has to stop what you supposed to be based on your club history versus what you have now. That's the conversation we need to have, and that's the conversation I'm here to talk. I don't know what Liverpool ceiling is in the next 5 years. I want to talk about it now, and I think Nunes is a decent striker for being now. But in the future, we can discuss when we get there. I just want to make a step, one step at a time.
So I don't want this to drag to Darwin Núñez. So let's go back to the game. If and I'm going to ask Mulv here.
Yeah.
If Liverpool press and try to press Manchester City, is Darwin Núñez the most suited guy for this mission?
I'll be
Jaimie,
honest.
really
Like,
shaking your head, really?
if Jamie's saying no,
If we're pressing City, no, I
That's
wouldn't
surprising,
play Darwin. I'd play Jota.
yeah. I'll be honest. If I see Núñez on the team sheet, like that would be better for me. Of all the forwards at Liverpool, I would prefer him to play against City than the other ones.
Everyone thinks the other
That's
way around.
wild, bro.
So I think actually,
No.
let me put that in perspective. I think it all depends on how Jurgen Klopp set up. If Jurgen Klopp sit back and have Manchester City going higher, and leave Manchester City to press them, and you play in the counter attack, that would be dangerous. But if Liverpool try to press, I think that would leave Darwin Núñez like, oh, he's going to be marked by Diaz. He doesn't have space to work with. That's the thing.
I wouldn't be worried about Liverpool pressing us, no matter who it is. To be honest with you, I mean, I know we don't have John Stones, and he's a cheat code when it comes to beating presses and that, and progressing through the lines. But that I'm not that bothered about Liverpool's press, to be honest. No matter who it is, if it's I would rather Núñez in the team. If it's like Salah, Jota, Diaz, I don't like that as a City fan. As a City fan,
I don't think Darwin will start anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's your best chance of getting points in this game. If Darwin
tell them, Kunle, tell them.
Bro, like, I'm being serious, bro. On the counter attack, is like it's a no-brainer. Like, look at what he did against Newcastle when you get dominated in that whole game, bro. And you had freaking 10 men. That's the guy for this game. I'm not saying we're not talking about whether he can win you a league title. I'm talking about this game at the Etihad, international break over, 12:30 kickoff. I want an unpredictable guy like Darwin Núñez in that scenario, bro. If I want a chance to win the game,
he's unpredictable for sure.
Do you know what I want? Do you know there's one player? If Liverpool have got a one-on-one, the one player I want on that one-on-one would be Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
And Jota is so underrated in front of goal. It's mad.
He's hurt City before. That's why he sticks in my memory.
He's a clinical finisher.
Yeah, me and Jota, we get beef. We have beef, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, in front of goal, man, on a one-on-one.
Can I give my 5 cents? Because we just played City, and we played with exactly the same striker that Liverpool has. The guy that puts away don't puts away chances. We have Michael Jackson, exactly the same player as the Núñez. Exactly.
Latoya, bro. Latoya, not Michael. Come
on.
That's Tito. He's playing more like Tito Jackson.
Anyway, but you see what I'm saying? Tito, whatever, very similar. My thing is with City. City has a really good technical players in the back. They are technical defenders. They don't like the bully defenders. If you press them and punch them in the throat from the beginning, they start to shake. That's how Chelsea approached with Mount. What's his name? Gallagher. Gallagher was the press. You need it. If Liverpool will have, if we would have the same, Liverpool would use the same kind of player that can press and can do that stuff. Like, you don't have to be. You just need to be in the face. That back line will still like to be passing through the back because they're technical. They don't want to kick the ball out. They just don't. So they will do as much as they can to keep the ball at the back. This is what Chelsea did, and I think Núñez is going to be a big pivot in that team because he also a pressing forward. He's a pressing forward, and based on the way the league played this season, league is slightly more physical. They let the tackle slide, and I think Núñez is the right way to go. But it's just my opinion.
Let me do these couple of things.
Alright, great.
Jay here just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Jay, for the memberships that were given to the people. If you become a member now, you have to thank Jay in the chat, of course. Guys, hit that like button. We're over 200 people here. Hit that like button for us so we can get more people watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. The guys' channels are all in the description of the channel. So please, if the video, do that. Wolzify with a super chat. Big up Mojenda and your great panel. Most important question is, I don't know what it is, but we'll see how it is, what question it is, to be honest. Listen, for this game, at the end, okay, is this Liverpool's bigger chance to get something out of this game, Kunle, to get something? If this is this the time?
I believe this is the time, like, because of the circumstances, and it, like, I think international break, you really never know how the players are all going to come back. I know the South American guys are going to have some jet lag after their internationals, but again, it's just an unpredictable situation, and we don't know what type of Haaland is playing. Although I think any type of Haaland is always a problem for any team, to be fair. But yeah, like this, like playing City in this period where they're not firing at all cylinders, they're getting results, not firing at all cylinders, is probably the best time to play them. City not firing at all cylinders is still quality. Let's not get that twisted. But if there was a time, I think it is now. I was more confident about Liverpool nicking maybe a little snatch and grab 3 points when I heard Haaland was going to be injured and Ederson was going to be injured. But I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore. And if not, I see business as usual when it comes to City. But Liverpool, please, the Premier League needs you to do us a favor. I beg. Get that 3 points, man.
I thought your team is so strong.
Who?
Nah, never mind.
We'll come to this in a bit. Mulv,
Yeah.
do you? Okay, this question comes in. If City don't win this game, is it a big deal at all for Manchester City?
I don't think
not
so,
for
mate.
City, nah.
Not for Manchester. But if Liverpool win or get a result, does that make a statement for the rest of the league that we are here to compete?
Of course.
Or it's just another game? Like, I've heard
Nah.
both. I've heard it's only the 13th game of the league. It doesn't matter who wins. It's just another game. Or this is Liverpool's chance to put a statement out.
I think most City fans are telling you right now that Liverpool's their main threat. That's what I'm hearing and seeing across
I didn't
the
say
socials.
it, Kunle. It's not me.
I mean, they've consistently been our main threat over the years. That they've been able to take us right to the wire, to the end of the season. Only club to do that so far. So, yeah, I think in our minds, City fan minds, it's Liverpool we're most worried about right now. And that's not. I'm not disrespecting Arsenal. Amazing team. But yeah, I think if Liverpool should win, it will confirm them, particularly in City fans' minds, as the main rival this season.
Anybody else?
Quickly, because what the comment said something about me wanting Liverpool to win means that I don't consider them big title challenges. No, that's not what the case is. I believe City are going to turn into gear at some point, and it's long for everyone. So let's make sure people can take as many points off them as possible before that period comes. Liverpool are definitely in the mix and definitely strong title challengers, but I think City have more chance of going on a run of 10 games, 10 wins in a row than Liverpool do this season. That's why.
No,
I think City will start this game. It will I think City scores 3 easy on the Liverpool.
Oh my God.
I don't know how many Liverpool score, but I think it's going to be 3.
No way.
I don't
I
think
actually
it's
agree
gonna-
with him
I
because
agree with
my
Alex.
score prediction is 3-2. Actually, Manchester.
Yeah,
City.
mine too. Mine too.
that makes more sense. It's not. I don't think City's gonna just kill Liverpool 3-0.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
3-2.
I don't think that's.
I
don't think that's
I
feasible.
think you
Because
you will see how much midfield Liverpool is missing this game, because you don't understand how much our midfield did to City to even be in the levels. You will see the separation. You will see within the game.
No, Chelsea hasn't been performing.
Alex, do you
good
think
all season, 4-4,
Chelsea's
so,
midfield are performing at a better rate than Liverpool's right now, though?
yeah.
Midfield, yes, because Liverpool don't have a midfield.
That is so wild.
That's
That is
crazy.
absolutely
You know-
wild. What
you
is
know what?
this?
Do you know this midfield take? Yeah, with Liverpool, yeah, because they haven't got a DM right.
No,
If-
it's
If you
actually
listen
not
to
a
Jurgen
dig.
Klopp today, if you listen to
I know
Jurgen
it's
Klopp
not a
today,
dig. That's what makes it more wild.
But it's a
Jurgen
wild
Klopp-
take.
Jurgen Klopp today said
not.
that he likes Alexis McAllister in the 6. He came out and said that today. That's where he wants him to play, and he's got his reasons behind it. He wants to be more.
I know that worries you, Jaimie.
I've been fine with McAllister in the 6 because at the moment the league's sort of proving it's working. So, and if you look at Liverpool's form, all our hard games have been away from home this season. Everyone's got to come to Anfield yet. So Liverpool get a point at City. I'm well happy with that. If someone gave me 1-1 now or 2-2 now, I'm walking away well happy with that because City have got to come back to ours yet. Chelsea have got to come back to ours yet. Tottenham have got to come back to ours yet. You know, and Anfield's a bit like, just Liverpool, you know, they win there. And this season's going to be tight between them three teams at the top, in my opinion. You know, I think.
Well, that's what makes it important, though. That's what this match is an important match. I don't think City goes to this match just thinking that it's whatever. If we win, we tie, we lose. No, I don't think that. I think both of these guys are going at each other to prove a point tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I don't think.
I hear that.
To be honest, and to be fair, Kunle, City hasn't been performing or getting the results with big teams other than United, who don't exist this season. So, but with Arsenal,
I hear what you're saying. You're right about that as well. But the difference is, if City do lose this game, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't think."
No, I mean,
that's what I mean.
I will say that.
Than everybody else.
Really,
I think that if City lose this game, Liverpool will prove that we can play against everybody. My point is, it's not about Manchester City.
City are still favourites, though, even if they lose that game. Though.
However, I think the gap is even closer. If Liverpool win the game, Liverpool will be played against adversity of being man down, 2-man down, against teams that press them high, against teams that sit back, and against the best team in Europe, which is Manchester City. So that means without a DM, it still works. It's still this without a DM. Imagine if Liverpool, which is supposed to be the plan, go get a proper DM in January. Now it's even better for them.
Let me. This is so funny. If they beat City, if they beat City now, that will prove to their board, and their board is stingy as it is. They exactly will not spend the money in this in the January. This is exactly
this might be true.
So if actually they're going to lose, that will force
you got Endo anyway, bro. Endo.
I don't think we need to.
But I see what Alex is saying, but I don't think that. Listen, if they beat Manchester City 13 games in, they only lost one game against Spurs with the circumstances that happened there. They played against probably everyone in the top 8 or something away from home. They haven't played one game. Brighton, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, Man City away from home. And they are top of the league. What does that say about them? It says that they are the best team in the league without a DM. I think facts are there. People just don't want to say it. People are living on the fact that Manchester City are the treble winners. However, the facts are Manchester City. Now, I'm assessing Manchester City now. People keep telling me that Manchester City have another gear. I'm not denying that. History tells us that they have another gear to go into in February. I'm assessing what I'm seeing today. I'm not assessing February, March, because in February, March, over the past 2 seasons, remember the Aston Villa game, and the season of last year and the season before, the people that stepped up were Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Riyad Mahrez. Kevin De Bruyne is coming from a back-to-back hamstring injury. Gundogan is gone. You have Matthias Nunes and Kovacic, who both of them Man City fans are skeptical about. You have Gvardiol, a young centre-back that doesn't have experience. We don't know how Gvardiol is going to play in the crunch time. People compare him to Akanji. Akanji is coming from Borussia Dortmund. Akanji played Champions League for years. Akanji is more experienced than Gvardiol.
Yeah.
It's again. Go ahead.
On City, look, the reason why people saying that City has another gear, because we've been seeing it for the past 7-8 years. So as of right now, I see it. I see what you're saying. Like, you know how we like to say that City doesn't start well, but then kind of pick up the speed. Here's the thing about City pickup. They usually don't pick up the speed until a couple of months. It's a December already, so the speed should be already within a couple of weeks. They should have been playing better with a couple of weeks before. They don't go to December not playing well. Usually a couple of months, and then they play well. My problem with this is I don't think City is the strongest the last year, but especially with the injuries. But one thing for sure, neither the teams around them strengthen themselves. That's the point.
Well, but one thing that we're not taking in consideration is City have been going far every year, and all those miles you got to take account to those miles, because City have been going farther than Champions League, Premier League, every cup they play. And to Liverpool's situation, I think they are the ones battling with them is the same as Arsenal. And I think the Arsenal, to be honest, I think they're going to win the league, but that's neither here nor there.
Why don't we hear the Man City fan?
You said Arsenal is going to win the league?
I think I got Arsenal winning the league. Yeah.
What today's date so I can clip this?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. That's fine. You can clip it all you want to, and you can just
I'm not trolling. That's like I love those kind of things. Like when people.
Why don't we hear more?
Amen, bro.
I can't say what I think.
That,
what the hell
No,
is
no,
this?
no, no, no.
This?
You can say what you think. Like it's.
I know you're not a
choice and my
futurologist.
choice
I know that
to-
you've made it clear you're not a futurologist. You know what I'm saying? But
I just like
You-
I start to talking about leagues in March and
That's
that's
cool.
February when the Champions League
yeah, but that's
knockout
you.
stages. That's the real talk about the league.
But
Now
I can give my prediction. What is this?
Predictions can be
wrong?
given.
Am I going to get banned?
banned?
Am I going to get banned for this? I hope YouTube doesn't ban me for saying Arsenal will win the league. I think that City just has a lot on their plate, and I think that it could be Liverpool as well. So I mean, it's just right there. But I'm just saying.
Hold on, but you don't think Manchester City are favorites to win the league?
No, they are favorites. I mean, people
Okay.
can say, yeah, they are favorites to win the league, and they're favorites to win the Champions League and the Carabao Cup, even though they're not even in it. So they're
Where's the
favorites to win
logic
everything.
here? I'm
They're-
kinda struggling.
No, there's no
find the
such thing
logic.
as logic. I think that Arsenal will get farther in the Premier League and might potentially win it. That's it almost feels like you have to be careful with saying anything anymore.
Bro, big up.
You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
big
This
up,
is
man.
this
Thanks,
is
man.
stupidity. You can't even
Oh,
say
no,
I would say Chelsea, but they're pretty far down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And they need a lot more pieces. And that's not a dig. That's just the truth.
Hey,
You know
bro,
what
the
I'm saying?
reality
Can we
is
get-
the
can I get
reality
Mulv's
is when
opinion on this?
you say positive takes about Arsenal, everyone's gonna laugh until one of those positive takes go right. So it is what it is, bro.
Well, no,
But
it's
that's the
crazy.
thing.
it is what it is.
It's not the dig or anything. It's just like people keep saying like yes, but nobody was. You're right. That eventually one of those wild takes will be true, but those wild takes usually happen like Leicester winning the league. Like you know what I'm saying? Like people been saying those wild takes for 20 years. Last time you won the title, so like you saying like oh I cannot say things. Yeah, you can say things, but
Yeah.
don't be
Well, I mean,
don't be afraid to later
I'm never
you're gonna
afraid.
use those things against you. Like not don't
That's
be afraid,
cool.
but
I'm never afraid.
you
This is
see what I'm
just
saying? Like it's
that's
just
cool.
He's bro-
I
invite.
didn't know you. I didn't know you
Never
then, but
scared.
I'm the one that said that Chelsea was going to beat City in the Champions League. I didn't know you then, so I can't prove it. But yeah, you know what I mean. It just things just happen, man. And I think I'm just picking Arsenal over. But it's not
Amen
even.
to that,
It's
bro.
not even
Amen.
that. It's not even
Famous.
that much of a difference. You know what I mean? Liverpool is really dangerous. I just don't think. And to my point earlier, I don't think you can win a title with a striker like Nunez. That's
Do you know the
that's
difference?
spirit.
Do you know the difference between all three teams? Difference between all three teams at City and Liverpool have the two most clutch players in the Premier League in Haaland and Salah.
No,
That's
yeah.
that's that.
I think the managers.
that's the
that's
difference.
the
And the
difference.
Salah's,
managers.
yeah,
Who
Salah's
said the
lead.
managers?
I
It's
think
the
I think
managers.
Who said? Yeah,
Arsenal need a
he's right.
striker because
He's
if
right.
Arsenal get a striker
I
in
don't care,
January,
but
Yeah, we got
Arsenal
another one
will
that doesn't rate
struggle.
Arteta as high as everybody else.
I
Yeah,
don't rate Arteta, but I think teams can win.
No, Mulv is
without-
saying that Alex is right.
But
It's
you
all
think
about the
Arsenal
manager.
could win the league, but you don't rate Arteta?
Well,
Make
I
it-
don't.
make it
But let
sense.
me clarify.
now
I
you
don't,
see
I don't
why I'm
think.
gonna clip.
Let me just clear. Let me just. You can go ahead and clip it, bro. That's
I'm
fine.
joking, man. I'm
The
joking.
hot.
Just a
Yeah, I'm
joke.
just. That's cool. But I don't think Arteta. I'm not a fan of how he plays Football Manager every week. I don't like that. But so he could be the reason why Arsenal don't win it. Don't get me wrong, but and Klopp is a great manager, and of course, Pep is better. But Damn, man. If we're just gonna
I
say
think the
City's gonna
more
win
you
every year,
talk,
then
Chris, I think the more you talk, you're convincing.
no.
Let me ask everybody a
Arsenal's
It's
question.
the more
because I
he
will-
talks, the more
But,
he's
but you're making me, but you're
that
making me
he
pick.
is not.
You're making me
I
pick
will-
between Arsenal and Liverpool. To be honest with you, they're just right there, man. And actually,
Yeah, I think we
even though they bottled it, at the end of the day, it was Arsenal that was the only one with a chance to beat City, and they let it go. So
let me, like, I have a general question to everybody. This is my opinion, the way I talk to people. In your opinion, the manager is a percentage wise, how much importance of the manager and the top team that fights for the title all the time, how much in your opinion percentage 200 manager makes? Like, for example, you rate the player as a team to win the titles.
you don't have to reward. You don't have to award it. It's a 30%. That's it. 30 managers are just 30%.
Can we start with Mulv? How did it for that Mulv? Just
It's at least half. It's at least 50%.
No.
Yeah. I mean, Pep's changed his team.
But you're talking about Pep.
Pep's changed his. He's played with a different set of players.
the Premier League
2 or 3 times in the Premier League and won it
Yeah.
with each of those teams. He's head and shoulders above the other managers in the Premier League for me. So he will. You mentioned a lot of players earlier, Mo, and questions about them. City are missing Gundogan, Mahrez,
Yes.
De Bruyne is coming back off of hamstring surgery, what have you. But as long as the manager's there, he'll figure it out. That's the way we feel.
That's why I would like to know, everybody, what do you think about the percentage wise? How much is it? Mo, you?
For Pep, it's 70%. Okay, for Pep Guardiola, the reason why I'm saying that, you cannot convince me that someone like Akanji comes to the team and hit the ground running like this. You cannot tell me that John Stones comes back from injury and play 23 games, being inverted in the midfield, and be one of the best midfielders in the league, right?
Bruv, the guy won the league with Fabian Delph as left back. Bruv.
Okay,
Come on.
that's my
What we
point.
doing here,
For Pep
we
Guardiola,
doing?
Alex, give
This
him
is why I
a
said
good
top
team.
4 teams.
Give
This
him
is
a
why I
good
said
team.
top 4
Give him a
managers
good
that
team,
fight
Pep
for the title.
Give him a good team, Pep Guardiola. He will make honey out of everything, right? What I mean, like, he will get you 110% with all the people that say Bernardo Silva is an amazing player. Bernardo Silva in the beginning, and Mulv can contest him. If I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Bernardo Silva struggled when he joined from Monaco to
but-
adapt to the system until let me finish, Chris, please. Until Pep Guardiola got into play right winger last year, not being the most creative player and being one of the best players in the Champions League. He knows how to do
You
this
saying
stuff.
any last
But
year?
let me ask you though. Let me ask you. I
No.
will agree with that 70% on
Yeah,
Pep,
you're saying.
80, 90 if you want to. If he coaches Luton Town, do they finish
Luton
top
Town
6?
will be a mid-table team right away.
You think so?
Right away.
That's,
Right
I
off
think.
the bat.
I think.
No
I
way.
think
You have to have the best players, and they
No.
have
No,
spent
Well,
a
that's-
lot
To
of
make
a
them a
big-
mid-table team? No, not really, bro.
Can I
To
say
make them
why I
a
don't agree
mid-table
with that?
team. No,
That's
man.
a big
That's
mess.
great.
Can I answer this? The people keep saying that Pep Guardiola buys superstar. Can someone name me one superstar that Pep bought when they were a
Haaland.
superstar
That's it.
before he bought them?
Just Haaland.
Superstar means, and I'm gonna define superstars. Superstar means Kylian Mbappe, Vinny Jr. at the moment, Cristiano Ronaldo when he left Manchester United to go to Real Madrid, right? Benzema last year. The only one that I remember he bought as a superstar and world-renowned guy is Erling Haaland. And look how much he got out of Erling
Ibrahimovic.
Haaland.
He doesn't buy
Ibrahimovic.
superstars
What
to
about
what you're
Ibrahimovic,
comparing
bro?
to what
I'm
you're
talking about
comparing them
Manchester
to.
City, by the
what-
way. I'm
Oh,
talking about the
okay.
Manchester City.
To what to
No,
that level.
because he had a cheat code at
You
Barcelona.
weren't
Had
specific.
a
You weren't
cheat code.
specific.
No,
You
sorry.
said
Let me
Pep.
be specific. Leicester City. Maybe people tell me Mahrez. Maybe Mahrez was a superstar.
Same as Klopp.
Huh?
Same as Klopp.
Mm.
Liverpool don't buy
Exactly.
superstars.
Exactly.
These two coaches make superstars, and that's the
that's.
difference,
I think
right?
you misunderstood my question
Someone
because
tell me Gavardiol is a superstar. Are you kidding me, Martin?
He's not
Gavardiol?
I was.
World Cup hype. Gavardiol that played for RB Leipzig and
But
shipped
Guardiola's not a
seven.
superstar.
Yeah, but
Guardiola's
people
not a
will
superstar. He's
people
not a
will relate.
superstar. What are we talking
People will
about
relate
here?
to how much money they cost to buy Mo to superstars. That's how they.
Yeah, but what are we
The
are we
I'm not
reason-
saying
saying?
it's fair.
I
I'm not
was-
saying it's fair, but that's the reality.
I
of the
was
game we're in.
actually trying to figure out how much importance of the manager to the team. not
think
the actual
60%.
manager
I think
quality.
60%.
I was
I think
talking about the
60%.
importance of the manager at the top 4 club as a percentage wise.
Pep
For
Guardiola
me,
is the most important one, but
60.
go ahead, Alex.
my point is, for example, in the top 4 team in any league, those players are professional. They are top quality players. So for me, importance of the right manager is overcomes importance of the individuals. So for me, the more important that player is, that manager is, as up to 80%. That's what I think for me. So you can have that top four, those professional players. They're not dumb. They know they've been doing it for a long time. But the mental part, it's up to the manager for convince them that they're champions. So that's why I think that
I hear it. Because you could have the same 11 players and another man comes in and just
exactly
the
put
capacity
somebody
of what
out.
he's able to get.
Why
Yeah,
is
so
Arteta? So
I agree.
hold on. So why is a super chat come about Arteta? Why is Arteta? Okay, the Arteta is an overreaching coach. That's why he fails.
He hasn't failed yet.
Arteta being so
What do
disrespectful.
you mean? He's been in the league for 5 years.
No,
he's
so let me
failed?
tell you the difference. Arteta, this is his first job. He developed Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saliba, right? Look at how Declan Rice at the moment now playing, Gabriel, Ben White. He developed Ramsdale, and it's not only developing individuals, it's making them playing very good football. It took him time, I get that, but remember, when he took Saka, he was 19 years old, and he had to get rid of the likes of Aubameyang. People want to disrespect Arteta. Just for some reason.
But Mo, I'll be honest with you. I used to get a little bit offended by it, but not really. I think it's testament to how well he's doing that people are judging him as a top manager already. They're judging him up. I think it's his, as you said, it's his first job at a big club straight away. I think for someone coming into that scenario with no managerial experience, he's doing a great job. If we're comparing him to the Ancelottis and these type of men, then of course you'll say he's not done the best job. But for what he is and what he's achieved, a trophy already, got Arsenal challenging him 4 years. I think he's done great.
I think he's a great manager. But it's time for him to win a major trophy.
But
he's got to get that major this season.
Let me ask you something, Mulv. Let me ask you something. How can he win a major trophy if he's going against the best team, as you said, in the universe at the moment?
Because City doesn't win all of it.
Well,
but they did.
It depends whether you think that spending loads
of money... They kind of do,
but
I hear what Mo said.
Depends whether you think that spending loads of money automatically guarantees you a championship or not. For those that think that Pep Guardiola, I see a lot of it in the chat, calling him a checkbook manager and stuff like that. Well, I would argue Arteta's net spend over the last few years outpaces City's by quite some distance. So that's why I say it's time. It's time for Arteta to win something. So
I just
I'm sorry, Alex. Let me just challenge Mulv with this. Should he win the Premier League this year? You think he should win? How?
He should.
How?
Well, he got close last season. Mm-hmm. He's got a great squad of players. He added $100+ million,
420 million
midfielder who everybody was arguing was, as good as Rodri. So no, to those people in particular.
Right, who's everybody? That's not everyone. Don't do that.
Number 6. Sorry. I didn't mean to exaggerate.
All I'm asking you, Mulv, is does he have the best team in the league?
It's close. No. It's close.
Oh, you think it's close?
He doesn't think it's close. You snookered him with that question mark. I can see him calculating in his head.
Best team in the league.
He knows we don't. He knows he doesn't.
Probably got. He's in the
it's
top
a yes
3.
Or no question, bro.
Top 3.
But I think Manchester City are better than them. I think Liverpool are better than them, in my opinion. My point is, people say it's a make or break. Like it's either you win the trophy or you get sacked. Yeah. There are contexts to it. Like, what if you lose it in the last game of the season? Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. The guy on the right, I forgot your name.
Mulv.
Mulv. No. Villa fan. You Villa fan?
No.
I don't know.
I'm City.
To my left.
I'm Chris, bro.
Newcastle. Anyway, my question to you: you see how you brought the Liverpool as a name, and I ask you Liverpool as a name. Liverpool deserves better. Why all of a sudden you don't use the same analogy towards the Liverpool, towards the Arsenal, and you saying why is it has to be now? Why is it has to be
When
now?
when did I say it has to be now?
No, this is why what you're saying. Liverpool has a better standards. Now you lowering those standards to Arsenal, saying why Arteta has to perform because Arsenal is the huge club.
No, he said Arsenal are going to win the league this season.
I never said they don't have to perform. They every single
literally
season
said he's going to win the league.
Yeah, he literally said that.
Yeah, but no, he's saying that I said that they don't have to win.
When you ask him a question about is Arsenal has why Arteta has to be do something this season, is Arsenal like, and you said no.
No, I didn't say that. What do you mean?
Okay, I thought you said that.
I think this is the bottom line, man. Because Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and United, and you can put expectations on different clubs. How like Newcastle, they got a bigger wallet now, so they should start to compete better in the top 4, top 5, top 6, whatever. But these big clubs, their objective has to be winning the Premier League always. Only one can win it. Perfect. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful saying. At the end of the day, these clubs always have to be fighting for this title. So I'm not by no ways. No.
So when we ask about 5 years Arteta has done at Arsenal,
right?
Why there's no consequences? For example, what if Jurgen Klopp did exactly what Arteta did for 5 years?
Here you go. Look at this super chat here. LFC Aaron, thank you so much for the support. He's saying, how did Klopp win the league spending a fraction of what Arteta spent? Because Jurgen Klopp is a better manager than Arteta. This is my answer.
I don't know what we're doing here, and that's the fact, bro. That's a fact.
Aaron, it's simple. It's a factual thing.
What are we doing there, Aaron?
We have to get into the nitty gritty. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not 100% sure that Arteta says I want to spend 60 on this guy, so give him to me. I mean, I think that there's more people make these decisions.
That was Havertz, bro.
Pep's. Well, Havertz is a
and that's why my whole question to Arteta is
he should be criticized, and he's made mistakes.
The reason why I don't think Arteta is the one, I think Arteta could be the one that got him as close as he can to the top, but we're gonna need somebody else to make that extra step.
But Alex, how long did it? Go ahead.
So my point is when the problem is from the beginning, the transfer after transfer after transfer. People cannot prove me that 2 years ago you knew what style Arsenal are playing versus what the style they're playing now.
I agree with you, yes.
And that's exactly why I don't think Arteta is it. Because for 5 years you would have...
I saw his style.
Okay.
In some games.
Yeah, but that's my point. Because the way he came in... Okay, the first season and a half, I wouldn't give nothing because there is nothing to be proved. He had the players that he got it from different managers. My point is from point forward, you can't prove me. Even from last season to this season, we're playing completely different. And people are telling me there was the plan from the beginning. You planning this?
But let me make a point. Arteta has been at Arsenal for like 3.5 years, not 5. I mean, 2019. So
4.5. He came.
2019.
Yeah, but in the January, right?
4.5.
Okay, 4. Okay, 4 years.
But
let's go.
Okay, so, and I do agree with you that he has to win something. I think he messed up by just giving away the Carabao Cup. But you just don't do that. You have to win every single tournament to ease the fans, to ease the media, whatever it is. And so he has to win something. This is the season. If he needs to win something. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying if he's not winning nothing, is there consequences?
Well, it needs to be Arsenal directives need to look at it.
Jaimie, go ahead.
It doesn't mean that he sucks.
Chris, the way I look at this is,
I hear that.
For me, Arsenal didn't do well enough this summer to be winning the title this year, in my opinion. I didn't think they had a good enough transfer summer window. They left a few areas of their team short for me. The goalkeeping situation is ridiculous. Yep. He bought another okay goalkeeper to replace another okay goalkeeper. You want to buy a world-class goalkeeper to replace the goalkeeper. So there's a massive gap. So there's none of this. Oh, Ramsdale should play. No, but Ramsdale's too looking at pigeons to worry about being in goal. It's just madness. And then and Liverpool being so far behind the year last year, they were 12 months behind Arsenal and caught them up already this season in the transfer market. I don't think, and with Arteta, I think Arteta went to the right club at the right time for his career because Arsenal are on such a low it allowed Arteta to have time to put his philosophy into the club with no pressure. And he built up and built up and built up. Now, the pressure is on Arteta. But I don't think it's fair to say he has to win something this season because how good Manchester City are. You know, Liverpool have come back into it now. Chelsea are getting better and will eventually get there as well. So he's going to have to do something soon, but putting pressure on him now to win something.
Jaimie, do you know why for me? Do you know why for me there's pressure on him for me? And I hear what everyone's saying in the panel, but I think he's gone and had a summer that he could have dealt with completely differently. He's decided to go with his gut and pay 65 million on Kai Havertz, get Raya in. Two situations where I don't think Ramsdale was the reason why we lost the league last season. So we could have waited to fix that issue and spent money elsewhere. And B, Kai Havertz to replace Granit Xhaka. That was your genius idea. No one suggested it. Nobody was suggesting it at any point of any season. But you thought you could bring this guy whose confidence is low, who's not been playing in that position at Chelsea really, and make him the new Granit Xhaka. You decided that, Arteta. And I'm behind you. So if you decided that that's what you're going to do, then you have to have some consequences because I don't get it. So you got to either ride that out and make us challenge. Like for me, this is be honest to me. For me, if we lose the league on like the last game of the season, I'm not saying he's got to get sacked or whatever because there's some context there. But for me, I probably still need at least a cup, like a FA Cup.
I want Arteta to stay there all the time
to compensate me. No. I hear what you're trying to say, and Alex has Alex has every right. No, the reality is Alex has every right to say that until he wins something, and I hear it.
Exactly,
I hear it. Do you get what I'm saying? But he has to because he decided to die on this Kai Havertz thing. He's got to follow it up with. He's got to follow up with something now. Yeah, he's made his bed. So unfortunately, as much as I'm behind Arteta, this one he's got to ride it out.
Listen, 50 minutes again, and every time on this channel, that the conversation takes me to Arteta and Arsenal. Every time on this, somehow
they're fighting for the title.
So why is it not about Liverpool? Why is it not about Man City?
We're talking
every
about
time on this channel, it takes me to Arsenal and Arteta. Should he get sacked?
Bro, they fear us, man. They fear us. That's why, man.
Nobody fears you this season, man. Come on.
Hey, bro. Well, everyone fears us, bro. Everyone does because just like Mo said, everyone talks about us now, bro. Everyone.
I don't think actually anybody fears City as much as they used to last season.
That 100%, yeah.
Which is always a problem. Every time I hear people start saying, "Oh, City are not the same," I start panicking. I start shaking, like, "Oh no, they heard." Pep's just waiting for that. Okay, guys, it's that time of the season where they think we're not ourselves again. Let's switch it up, and that's what always happens. So, boy, please, guys, stop saying City are not the same. They're the same. They're the juggernaut that they were last season. And let them do their thing. But Liverpool get a W.
I'm just saying Arteta will win the Emirates Cup this year. I think people just like to mock Arteta for some reason.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't win it, it's going to be even more this year. And I think the pressure will get to the board, and then they're going to sack him if you don't win. But I want to move on from this, and I want to go a little bit to the Chelsea-Newcastle game. The reason why I want to go to that, because Chelsea are, with all this money spent, with the squad they have, I think this is the time to put in a statement out there and win at St. James's Park. Does anybody see Chelsea winning this game? Alex?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we can. It's
That didn't sound confident at all, Alex.
He's like, it didn't.
No.
I think we can.
Well, here's the thing. I think Chelsea has a squad that I don't fear no teams. I fear of Chelsea losing. Not because the other team is strong. It's because I think Chelsea will do stupid stuff, like considering something stupid. I'm afraid of more of what Chelsea is going to do to Chelsea than what Newcastle can do to us. Because on any day, Chelsea can beat anybody. I just think what Chelsea can do to themselves to lose the game. Because can they? We did it to City. We did it to you.
When did you do it to City?
You didn't win,
you
bro.
drew, bro. You drew against both of us,
4
bro.
goals at home.
You said they can beat anyone, and you bring up 2 draws, bro. Come on, Alex. Alex, you're damn bad. I know you celebrated both like they were victories, but they're not. You only get 1 point for a draw, my brother.
I wish, or you wish that Chelsea would have played against. You wish that Arsenal would have played the same way Chelsea played against City, but you didn't.
Well, they
You
won.
got the
No,
deflection
bro.
goal and you won.
You just celebrated two
No.
victories.
I didn't celebrate. I'm saying as a Chelsea.
Alex, you said you can beat anyone, and your example you used was that Chelsea against Man City and against Arsenal, which are two games that they drew. So I don't get why you brought that up if you weren't using it as a.
The reason why it's the
everyone.
performance of that game. That's what I was saying. The performances of that game.
That's not what you said. You said they can beat anyone, bro. I'm just going by what you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Based on the two teams, supposedly the top, you the ones that tell me City is the best team in it and Arsenal is the second, right? And if we play the way we played against Arsenal and against City, I think we can do to Newcastle. How am I wrong about that?
You're not.
Well,
you can do what? So you can get another draw against Newcastle. Is that what you're saying? You can get a draw against them. Yeah, of course you can get a draw against.
I cover. Everybody knows I cover Newcastle, so you know it's I support them too. I think I want them to do well, but I think that Chelsea. This is a very depleted Newcastle team. You know that. I mean, 12 people out. Main players. One of them, Isak, Almiron, Callum Wilson, Harvey Barnes, Jacob Murphy, Tonali. He decided he wanted to gamble, so Lewis Hull. So Van Botman.
Well, I think you're the only team that you cannot talk like this to is Chelsea.
Well, they gamble too, yeah.
It's the only team in the league that you cannot play them and say, but we have injuries. Well, Chelsea have a long list of injured.
Chelsea has a long.
Well. Oh yeah.
Other than Nkunku, who do we got that's actually a starter that has been playing nonstop?
Yeah, Badiashile, who was supposed to be a starter this year, is injured. Chilwell is injured for them.
All these players haven't.
Yeah. Who else, man? Who else?
Chukwuemeka's injured, who started the season.
Chukwuemeka ain't no starting 11 player. Don't just throw him in there for jokes.
Chukwuemeka started the season for them.
Okay, so where does he start in this midfield, Mo? Where does he start in this midfield?
Now,
thank you. Silence. I love the silence, brother. Chelsea are talking about a player. No, the reason why I'm like this, Mo, is because everyone, if Arsenal fans says Timber is an injury that we lost, we're not allowed to have that. But Chelsea fans are allowed to talk about Nkunku like he's ever played for them in the Premier League.
I can tell you why, because you just went on a banter, and I will come with a banter for you.
Bro, that was honest. What wasn't honest there?
You've been crying with Saliba's
bro, we're
injury
talking about match week 13, bro. What's Saliba got to do with this, bro?
You're
so triggered. You're so triggered because I gave a fact about Nkunku.
You've been crying about Saliba, and that's why.
Bro, no one mentioned Saliba on this stream, bro. What are you doing, Alex? You're so triggered because I talked about. You're so triggered that you decided to talk about Saliba. Why are you triggered, bro? You talked about your team can beat anyone and don't give an example of victories that you have, and now because I give an example that Nkunku's not played for you, which he hasn't in the Premier League, I'm bantering. Which part of that is banter? Has he played for you in the Premier League, Alex? Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's not what I'm.
But that's what we were just talking about, and then you talk about Saliba.
About the injuries. We're talking about
Nkunku. Nkunku, is Nkunku not somebody that you said is injured?
That has an injury.
But is that the only player I mentioned?
No, that's the only player you decided to mention. I do. Hang on. Alex, I do agree with Mo, though.
You're not listening.
Guys,
that's
what
you're
fact check.
I'm looking at the injury list right now between the two sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They both got 8 injuries. Newcastle and Chelsea both have 8 injured players.
How many of those players start in Chelsea injuries list? That's what we're asking.
Exactly. That's the point. Because for Newcastle, I mean, I can name you players that played against Borussia Dortmund that are out. You know what I'm saying? So. I think it's a little bit different, but at the end of the day, I wanted to finish making my point. I understand that nobody in YouTube gives a damn about Newcastle, but I'm just going to say my piece.
No, hold on. I want to come back to this before you go. Two players only in the Newcastle injury list. 2 players only. One of them only played 2 games, which is Van Botman. The other one is Callum Wilson, and you have the better striker now available in Isak. And the fact that Sandro Tonali gambled, that's not nobody's problem, by the way. It's not an injury, bro.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so basically you have 2 injuries. One of them played 2 games this year, which is Van Botman. While for them, they have a lot of injuries as well. Some of them started, some of them.
Well, let
not.
me give you names. Just
Botman is a regular starter.
Hold on,
I
Kunle.
get what you're saying, Kunle, but he played. But Nkunku was supposed to be a regular starter.
But I'm going to give you just regular starters for this whole season for Champions League, Carabao Cup, and Premier League for Newcastle that are not going to play this game. Dan Burn, one of them. Miguel Almiron, I got him down for a hamstring.
He's not injured.
With Paraguay.
He's not injured. He's available.
Okay. I guess what I saw with Paraguay is not right. It was a lie. Isak, he's not
injured. He came back from
He's
injury.
on the bench.
He's not going to play tomorrow. If he plays, it's a few minutes. He just comes back from an injury after being gone for months. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be 100%. Jacob Murphy dislocated shoulder twice back to back. Lewis Hall, another player that scored against Manchester United.
Jacob Murphy isn't a starter for Newcastle. What is going on here?
He's the first. He came
Jamie
on.
Come on, bro. Come on. He's not a starter.
Picture.
Jacob Murphy, bro.
Hold on. Stop this. Jamie has Darwin Nunes picture with the R9 haircut. This is
Hey, that's disrespectful, Jay. Jay, come on, you gotta take that. Jay.
No.
Hey, this is wild.
That's wild.
Not on my watch. The best player to ever play the game.
I did that when we beat Newcastle. I just threw him on there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well,
sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
I just want to finish my point though, because I think that Chelsea can win this match if they decide to play football, unlike what Arsenal did, which was this is a tough crowd to play in front of. So if you do what Havertz does, the tackles and deserves a red card in that really infamous game for VAR, etc., then you're going to lose that match, because if you try to play physical in a stadium like that against physical players like Newcastle have, then I don't think it's going to go well for Chelsea. I think they just need to go out there and play 100%.
Football. I don't, with injuries or not, I think Newcastle away, even with the players that we miss, I still think that it's a tough team tough stadium and tough team to beat. They're really good organized.
But Chelsea can win this game, no problem at all. I mean, it's just
Mulv wanted to say something. We cut him out for some reason.
Oh no, just quickly, if I do have a minute on this game, I'm really looking forward to this game. If Chelsea can keep up the intensity they had against City last week, again, you guys just been talking about the atmosphere at St. James is incredible. There's something about both of these teams at the moment. Newcastle have shown it more throughout the season, the intensity and the desire. Chelsea, if they can carry it on, this is going to be a hell of a game, and it could get quite physical, I believe.
I see a red card for Newcastle in this game, to be honest.
I think if it gets physical, that's what Newcastle want, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't want to play physical against Newcastle. You know what I mean? Because you got to beat them football wise, and you can't. I think Chelsea has enough players.
You got that steroid.
But you see,
Chelsea is just gladiators, man. You can't. Yeah.
Listen,
I have to go, guys.
All right, mate.
All right, thank
Nice
you,
to
Alex,
meet you.
for joining. Listen, the last part. Go ahead. The last part.
I spoke too much on the different. Like next time we'll spend it. Start with Chelsea.
I was saying the same. LFC with a good super chat. He's saying I was saying the same about Klopp in 2018. By the way, you can only have so many hard lucks. What is that?
Stories.
What is that?
Stories.
Listen, I want to go back. I want to go to like a very tricky thing for the last part of this. If everybody have like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
The winger things: Foden, Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, and Luis Diaz. The reason why I want.
Are we putting Foden in there?
Of course.
What?
No, I'm just saying not because he doesn't play. I don't think that's his best position. That's why I'm saying that. Not because.
What do you mean, left winger? I'm talking about a winger any winger apart from the experienced one, which is Mohamed Salah.
He's the best.
I don't know.
I'm
just saying, would you want to put? Okay, fair enough.
The reason why I'm asking this, who will have the biggest impact for their team this year? Who do you think will have the biggest impact for their team this year? I'm not saying who's the best player because it's different. Saka is talented, Foden is talented, Palmer is talented, Luis Diaz is talented. But who's going to have the biggest impact on Doku as well?
It's got to be Mo Salah. It's got to be
no.
Leave
Mohamed Salah is on a different level than these guys.
It's not fair.
So we're going to put him out of the conversation then?
Yeah. Mohamed Salah is out of this. Mohamed Salah is the likes of Mohamed. Sorry. Mohamed Salah is the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a younger one, and I'm putting Luis Diaz there because Luis Diaz spent about 18 months injured. Luis Diaz, when he came to the Premier League,
Calm down. Not 18 months. Calm down.
No, Luis
Wasn't
Diaz
he
is
18
wild,
months, a
man.
year and a half?
He has been injured for a lot. He was injured for 6 months.
18 months, bro.
No,
Come
no,
on,
18
man.
months,
Come
no.
on,
I think he
come
was
on,
injured
bro.
half the season. Wasn't he injured half the season and he came back the end of last season?
Last season, he was injured for 6 months.
Yeah, but he played last
It's a
season.
nine
Oh,
month
I'm sorry.
season,
So maybe
so-
I'm confused. Maybe 6 months only. But Luis
It's a
Diaz
jet
on the
lag,
left
man.
side,
Jet lag.
I'm jet lagged. The reason why I'm putting Luis Diaz there because I put him in that winger of the people that are not still composed, the people that are still electric.
How old is he? How old is Diaz?
26.
26.
26.
Is he allowed to be in that category?
I would
Yeah.
say
What are we doing? Are
I
we
don't
doing
know
like-
because Mo said young and then he said Diaz. Like I don't know what's going on. He's
Well,
confusing.
I
me.
would
think-
say
Go
Luis
ahead.
Diaz has the most potential
Yes.
to be the best winger out of all of them.
Yeah.
At
With
26, he
No,
better.
what?
I think
At 20,
if
at
we-
26, he better.
Yeah, but
If-
he's because of his injuries, and I'll give him his off this season because what's happened to him. So I'll give him that. But I think Saka could be the best out of all of them. My only worry about Saka, he looks like he's getting burnt out already at a young age. And
Yeah.
I remember what happened to Michael Owen at a young age. Exceptional footballer, but we kept playing him, and he got muscle injuries after muscle injury after muscle injury. I don't want to look at a player like Saka and think he's going to peak at 23, 24. You want him to have a long career. He's the one I would say, but I worry about the way he's being managed at the moment at Arsenal personally. Anthony Gordon has taken me by surprise this season, I ain't gonna lie.
He shocked me
I think
too.
I think he's been really good.
I'll show some love to Anthony Gordon. Just keep him out there. Don't.
Oh
don't
yeah,
debate
I put him on the thumbnail, but I totally forgot about him because I don't think
Anthony
he's as
Gordon.
talented as the other guys. I think
What?
he's one of the
Damn,
most
'cause
he's
overrated
not.
wingers
He's
in
not.
the
also
league.
the
Chris,
youngest.
Chris, he's not. Come on.
He's just one of the youngest. You're talking about 20. Diaz 27.
We didn't ask you the reasons for it. We just wanted you to acknowledge that
Okay,
he's
that's
not.
okay. But one point on Foden, because I know my guy over here. I know he's thinking about it. Foden, he's so good. I really like him, and actually, I think he's better than Saka now. But I don't think the city needs him as much as you know what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
I get that. I get that.
That's my problem with it.
Mulv, what are you saying about that?
No, I'm saying about Foden. Like, we mentioned City's departures over the summer. Gundogan, Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne has been injured. We've really needed Phil Foden to like sort of level up a bit this season to fill in some of those missing statistics, goals and assists, etc. And of all that bunch, I would say that Phil is probably the most versatile of them in that he can play inside, like Kunle was saying, prefers him inside, right? And on the wing, I've even seen him operate from even deeper for England, where he's almost like like part of a double pivot. He's the most versatile of all those players. I rate all of them, by the way, and I'm surprised Martinelli's not in the.
Martinelli.
No, it is, but I can only fit so much on the thumbnail.
And Anthony Gordon is the fastest guy on the league. You know.
Well, to be honest, I can only fit so much.
Cheers for that, Chris.
Hey, nobody's going to mention Neto. That dude, I know he plays for.
Yeah, Neto. I think Neto's career might be.
Hospital FC, man. You can't have him in there.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody cares about Puppies FC.
Maybe if you're going out and out wingers, Saka and Foden are pretty close, but I would give the nod to Foden.
There's a lot of Arsenal fans that say Martinelli is better than Saka, actually.
Martinelli is wild.
Last year, a lot of people last year said that Martinelli has had a better season than Bukayo Saka last year.
Saka's a more complete player for me than Martinelli.
I think actually Bukayo Saka has the high ceiling of all of them. I think Phil Foden is the most talented out of all of them because of the versatility and how he can play in the midfield. But I think as an out-and-out winger, I think Bukayo Saka has the highest ceiling of all of them.
Yeah, but for me, Mo, Phil's not a winger for me. Like Marv, I do want to ask you, like, are you a bit concerned at the fact that De Bruyne's not been playing this season and Foden's not been utilized in the De Bruyne role? Because I would have thought this was the time where Pep says, you know what, little man, this is the time where it starts gradually becoming your team now and you dictating the play through the middle, because he's clearly a bit better through the middle than a winger. I don't really. He can do a great job as a winger. Don't get it twisted, but I don't. If he continues working on the left, Saka's going to end up being a better player than him. I think.
The big problem Pep's got is Julian Alvarez and what to do with him, right? Because he's a superstar, man. He just sniffs the goal. You know what I mean? And you've got to get him in the side. He's not going to play ahead of Haaland because Haaland's just Haaland. but you got to find a
But
place for
They
him.
can play together, man. They can play together. Listen,
Yeah,
I've been following Alvarez since River Plate. I watch them every week.
yeah.
And he is a special talent. He is a Kun Agüero, if not, that's his ceiling, if not more. to
Yeah,
me.
he's like a mix between Aguero and Tevez for me. He's got all
he's
the
lethal, man. He's lethal.
the energy of Tevez, but all the
But
finishing of Aguero.
He's got to play though, man. He's got to.
Yeah,
he's not. He can play with Haaland. So, but that's Pep. You know, he's a chess player, man. He you know, he's got a lot of weapons too, so he can just take one out and do whatever he wants, kind of play around, if you will. But he should play more, a lot more.
Pep's biggest issue with City is finding the balance between controlling the game, which is his favorite thing, and having chaos-like players like Phil Foden, who's utter chaos. And that's why he doesn't. He said that's why he doesn't play him in the middle as much. But I agree with you, Kunle, that he can do it. He did it in the Champions League final. Mo will remember that.
Well, yeah, he actually was electric.
Yeah.
Electric when he came on, to be honest.
Was that a little jab at Mo? I'm glad that Mo got a jab.
It was cheeky banter. Yeah.
Hey, no jabs at Inter, man. I'm a Inter.
Foden is an exceptional talent, right? But I look at. I've been watching. Obviously, we've all been watching Foden for some time now. I'm waiting for Foden just to kick on.
What does that mean?
But he needs time.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. What does that mean?
Why are we still waiting for him to kick on, bro? He should be kicking on.
No, wait, Chris.
He should be on.
He's not undroppable. Jaimie, he has had the same GA in the Premier League last year with way less minutes.
No, I see what I mean.
And it's not his fault that he plays in Pep Guardiola's team. It's not his fault that
he have the same GA as Saka last season, does he?
Yeah, 17, both of them in the Premier League. It's not his fault that he has a lot of players around him that are very good. You can check it, fact check it. That's the point, Jaimie. Like, Bukayo Saka has a lot of weight on his shoulder. Phil Foden doesn't.
Yeah, I love Foden. Foden's
but this is the thing, Mo. He should by now. He should have that weight on his shoulder in that City team.
Let me ask you something.
Especially with De Bruyne being injured, he should. Like at the end of the day, like it's supposed to be his team. It's supposed to be his time. He is better than Saka. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But wasting away on the wings, we're never gonna see the Phil Foden that we all want to see. I don't think.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean by kicking on. I want Foden. I think Foden needs to get a position where he's almost undroppable because the talent he has is amazing.
Yeah. Well, City fans agree with you.
That's what I mean by kicking on, Mo. I don't mean that he's crap. I mean, he needs that position where he's almost undroppable. He's such an exceptional talent. You know, if Jude Bellingham played for Man City, I believe Jude Bellingham would probably have a position that he plays every week.
I'm mistaken, by the way. Bukayo Saka had 25, Phil Foden has 16. I'm mistaken.
Yeah, I knew the chat would come and call you out for your crimes, bro.
I actually checked it.
Fact check it. Look at the confidence he was saying, bro. Mo is a poker player. If he says it with enough confidence, we'll just give him a word for it. Oh yeah.
I actually went and checked it.
Big up the chat. Big up the chat, bro. I won't chat that stuff about my style.
I'm wrong. Man. I was wrong. So go ahead.
Yeah, we know.
That's what I was saying about Foden. Just if he gets a position that he makes his own and then kicks on from there, he could be. That's what I'm looking for him because I just this kid's talent is amazing, and I just feel like if you put him in a certain position where you go, right, this is your position now. You are at this level now. You are so good. You go show the world now and become the world's best in that position. That is entirely possible for Foden because he is that talented. That's what I mean by my statement.
So, Mulv, is that something against Phil Foden that he hasn't made a position his?
I think you can look at it both ways. I think the fact that he's so versatile works against him sometimes. I think that's largely City fans' opinion is Pep uses him where he needs him in game to game, and that can be on either wing. It can be somewhere in the middle. He's also surrounded. People in the chat saying he's surrounded by brilliant players as well. It depends on the opponent. Like Bernardo Silva, sort of is the right winger in big games. You know, in the Champions League final and the build up to the Champions League final, he was the right winger and he was amazing. Right, so he's got the problem of his versatility where he can be moved around, and he's got the problem of being surrounded by really, really talented players too. So he's probably not that arsed in that he's probably the most decorated player for his age that England's ever seen. So
yeah, definitely.
Do we think Doku can bypass both?
No.
Maybe. Well, why not? What? I mean, why not? I mean, we don't know Doku's future. I mean,
I need to see Doku next season.
Well, that's
This
cool.
is what I always say.
That's a fair. That's a fair statement. But you got to admit he's been taking the league by storm. He's the best signing. He's the best signing so far.
He's been very good. But what I mean by it is that players catch players, other teams by surprise when they come in new and all that. They don't know how to set up against them. Next season, teams are going to set up against him completely differently. And if he's still doing it like that next season, you just got to put your hands up and say, "Done it again." Exceptional winger. That's what I mean.
Anyway, I think we're going to just leave it here so I won't take a lot of your time. People, thank you so much for staying here. Stay on this stream. It will take you to United Spurs of America, where Jacob will give you a breakdown of the league, of course. Thank you so much. Mulv, it's your debut. Thank you so much for being here. From the Noisy Pod, guys, it's in the description. Go give them a subscription. Like the last video or the last 10. I want him to text me and tell me that he got extra 200 subscribers after this. Of course, Jaimie, thank you so much for joining, my man. Of course, your channel is in the description. Of course, Jaimie Chats Football. Of course, it's in the description. Chris, Top FC, of course, TV. Thank you so much for joining. And Kunle, who was here, who just left. Thank you, Kunle, for being here. Of course, if you're watching this, people, hit that like button before you go. We still have almost 300 people here. I need the likes to go up. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for a match reaction at 9 p.m. UK time. I will have Hamza, Patrick. We'll have Rack. We'll have a big panel for you tomorrow for the reaction for the Liverpool and the Man City game and the Chelsea Newcastle game and the rest, of course. Thank you guys for watching us. We appreciate everybody that is subscribing to the channel, and we appreciate the support. And we'll see you guys tomorrow in the reaction, 9 p.m. Turn on the notification bell. We'll see you guys later. We're out.
Peace.